Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today's video is carrying on the performance series in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. FPS isn't always determined by your graphics settings. Now, why do I say this? Well, keep watching to find out. So, I'm here at Heathrow, no scenery, nothing, just traffic injected about, just to make it a little more lively and realistic. I am going to show you with the aircraft turned on, the 737 from PMGU, Boeing, and ready for takeoff to an extent. Yeah, I'm gonna show you. So these are the graphics settings. No frame gen, and feel free to have a pause. Specs link down below. These are the graphics settings we're working with, right? Now I'm going to go to traffic here. These are the settings we're working with here. Make a note of this. And we're getting, in the cockpit, we're getting, 40 FPS, 42 FPS. Outside, getting 47 FPS. Panning the camera, it's a bit less. On average, about 42, I'd say. At Heathrow, no frame gen, nothing. Just, those graphic settings that I showed you. What if, what if I decided to crank, I don't know, all these to the max? Or remember, these are traffic things. These are traffic, it's just the life of the airport, I suppose, life of the world. That's what this does. Save that. And let's have a look. Just leave it. No, let's just leave it. Give it a minute. Pan the camera a bit. Let it load everything in. And you can see we've dropped a few FPS. It might not seem like much, but we've dropped a few FPS. And on the outside view, okay, we've dropped a few FPS as well. But it's nothing major, is it? Now, let's have a look. Let's take off with the low traffic settings. So I have these at about under 20 usually, so we'll stick them under 20. Makes no difference really from under 20, so I'm going to stick them all under 20 and let the sim get used to that. Pan the camera around a bit and let's depart. So let's get auto throttle on and let's get a toga. Let's get parking brakes off. Parking brakes off. Let's get a takeoff out of here.
Your speed alive.
Let's see.
80 knots. Positive rate of climb.
This isn't a quality of flying episode, by the way. Don't fly like this in real life. So taken off from London Heathrow with those graphic settings. No, we've been maintaining a good 40 FPS. Yeah, should we say a good 40 FPS? No, 40 plus FPS for that departure. So, a minute. Get off.
Not alive. Positive rate of climb.
Let's turn auto throttle off and stick them to neutral. Let's go back down to the ground.
Airspeed's alive.
Right. So we're back on the ground at Heathrow. Just let everything load back in. And allow parking brakes to go on. Just let everything load back in. Right. So we're back at Heathrow. Let's crank the traffic settings up to the max. Awesome. You see, taking a bit of hit to FPS there already. Let's go.
Airspeed's
Bit
alive.
random. See, we're only maintaining 30 FPS now. Well, it's over 30, but just over 30, shall we say. So I'm going to take off here.
Positive rate of climb.
You know, 30 FPS. So I haven't changed graphics settings, remember. Graphics settings have stayed the same. All we've changed is traffic settings. So, do you get the point that your FPS isn't always determined on your graphics settings? There can be other factors as well. Graphics settings still do make an impact, but some settings really just don't, and some do, you know. But you've got to think, well, are there other factors, and that there are in the sim? You may not realise that these settings exist for traffic, but they do. So, yeah. Now, let me just turn auto throttle off, go back to idle. So, yeah. Traffic settings affect your FPS to a quite a bad level as well, actually. They affect the FPS in a way because these determine how much loads in. So, how much leisure boats, how much road vehicles, how much ships and ferries, and how much fauna loads in. Same with workers and ground aircraft and airport vehicles. It's how much they load in, not the quality of those vehicles. So you just kind of want to stick it to around about under 20. Anywhere under 20. You choose, you have a mess around. Under 20, I'd say, is the sweet spot between FPS and visual quality. Visual appearance. Appeal. Visual appeal, not quality. So yeah, these settings make quite a big hit. Like we had about a 10 FPS hit there. That's quite a lot. So yeah, don't just think about graphics settings. These settings do a lot in the sim as well. Yeah, it's hard to believe, but it's not all about your graphics settings. It's not all about your graphics settings. Some of it's to do with this. See, we've gained a few FPS even in the air. That's crazy. You know, we've come from about 45 to 51 in the air. So, something's there, you know. Traffic settings affect your FPS. That's all this video really was about. So, if you have enjoyed it, do let me know. And I kept it nice and simple for you guys, didn't go into so much detail. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one, hopefully. Bye.